Hello and welcome to Boom Dino, featuring fantastic 2-drop spell, Thunderherd Migration, Thunder Booms. Hopefully this Dino deck can boom and we can get things done tonight. Quite a bit different. Well, certainly you may notice no black, so Rotting Regisaur is gone, unfortunately. Of course, as always, I'll go over basically the changes, nothing too crazy, but as I mentioned, and the inspiration for tonight, speaking of, hopefully everyone's doing well, whether you're watching right now or later on, Thunderherd Migration. Yes, like I said in the description, I haven't used this card in years. Goodness, it's been that long. Wow. Pretty nice, stable ramp, basically. Cost the same as Drover of the Mighty. Oftentimes a 3/3 creature taps for 1 mana of any color, but as you may have seen in the past or experienced yourself, something like that dies quite easily to a wide range of removal, especially if there are no other dinos out and Drover of the Mighty is a 1/1. Casey, how's it going? What's up? Boom. We're getting her done. Hopefully. I mean, last night was a little hit and miss. Certainly that Orzhov Auras is a headache. I mean, it's always going to be a headache. But that's how it goes. It's nice practicing against a tough matchup, trying to figure out how to potentially play around it. But yes, the inspiration, Thunderherd Migration, stable ramp, that's where it's at. Technically, I mean, it does thin out the deck where Drover of the Mighty wouldn't. Now, thinning doesn't do a whole lot, but it does a slight little bit, reduces the chance we draw land, so that's always good. And like I say, stable ramp. I guess I could call this the Three Amigos still. The stuff at 2. Of course, Huntmaster, 4 of, Marauding Raptor. That's pretty jam-packed for turn 2, but I am pretty positive if they let us get going, they don't answer those things there, we're going to be pretty explosive, I think. One thing at 3, just Rampaging Ferocidon. Now, Blue Bear, how's it going? Oh, good stuff, yeah. Sometimes it seems the notifications are a little bit delayed, but yes, thanks. You can join me pretty much right when it starts, so that's always good. But as I was saying, 1 3-drop here. I could add that to maybe 2 playsets of something that costs 3, just in case, you know, Otepec Huntmaster, Marauding Raptor, they get answered, and then only left with 3 lands. Can't play one of these 4-drops with 3 lands. So as a backup, it's nice being able to still do something here with a 3-drop, or maybe, you know, another 2-drop potentially. And yes, the classic fantastic pairing for Ripjaw Raptors. Great stuff, especially with Anger of the Gods. That's going to be lovely when we bring that in game 2 against certain decks, gaining that extra value, of course, but specifically because there is 12 things that can help cast something that costs 4 on turn 3. That's why I like keeping this lovely pairing of Ripjaw and Shifting Ceratops. That's the main idea. Of course, always 4 Regisaur Alpha, bread and butter, fantastic. Maximum speed, maximum damage. 2 Carnage Tyrant to help out against control, and of course, unfortunately, as we have seen in the past, well, quite often, anytime there's going to be a lot of targeted removal. So of course, Hexproof really ruins the opponent's day. Unholy Heat, 1 red, deal 6 damage to target creature. Carnage Tyrant gets around that, certainly, and a wide range of other removal spells. So maybe I could up Carnage Tyrant to 3 or 4, but I think 2 should hopefully be enough. As always, the Queen, you know her, you love her. She's going to be in some amount. 3 for now. Yeah, that's probably my most comfortable amount. 3 copies of that. And then the mana base, of course, no Jund, so that has changed quite a bit, especially with Thunderherd Migration here. Basic lands can be kind of rough when you have a dual colored deck, triple colored deck, something like Jund. It's really awkward bringing in a lot of basic lands. You don't want to bring in too many, but you don't want to bring in not enough that something like Thunderherd Migration has potentially nothing to grab. That would just suck. If it was sitting in your hand, it was dead, and you had all your basic lands out because maybe you only had 3 total in the list. So that's something to keep in mind. Definitely with 2 colors, it is nice. I feel you can more comfortably add or up the basic land count. So that's why we got 2 mountains, 4 forests, and then the rest. 4 Rockfall Vales, Rootbound Crag, Sheltered Thicket. Yes, the queen, always winning games. Sometimes. I mean, she doesn't even have to come down if we just reveal Ghalta, which, since you mentioned the queen, and that reminds me of another good point about Thunderherd Migration, the mind games. So it might not help too much, but it is another angle we could exploit. Depending what dinosaur card we reveal, that could change the way the opponent plays, giving them information. Might be able to make something happen there, but yeah, just changing. Oh, yes, no Hazoret the Fervent. I think that's what she's called. It was quite sad, but I think Hazoret paired with Rotting Regisaur just works out fantastically. So at least for tonight, I wanted to try without her and up the dinos, just because we have Commune. There's already quite a few things that Commune with dinosaurs is going to have to pass up. Otepec Huntmaster and Thunderherd Migration. So I didn't really want to add even more stuff that we'd have to pass up with Commune with dinosaurs. So pretty much for that reason, I'm trying Hazoret without tonight, but definitely she'll be showing up future nights for sure. And yes, Blast Zone 1, just to start, give us a potential to get around, Golgari, food, lots of stuff that costs 1. But if we need more Blast Zones, that's why we got 3 more in the sideboard. Pairing that with Anger of the Gods, I mean, I don't see why we wouldn't take out most stuff, especially Celestia Enchantress, of course. Blast Zone is, or should hopefully do the trick if we can get 3 charge counters on it, sacrifice it, and 9 lives, since we're not targeting it, just destroyed and instantly win that way. So it's pretty fantastic. We have an out against 9 lives and Solemnity Lock. That's always feels pretty comfortable. And then I tried this card out before, but not a whole lot in the past. Like I was saying, a lot of targeted stuff, removal, answers, that sort of thing. Shaper's Sanctuary. Of course, it's fantastic in multiples. It is another turn 1 play, which is always nice to have since I'm mostly used to Commune with dinosaurs. But yeah, pretty much whenever a creature we control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you may draw a card. Against certain decks, we could be drawing a lot of stuff, especially if we can get a couple Shaper Sanctuaries out early. Turn 1, Shapers. Turn 2, Otepec Huntmaster or Marauding Raptor. If and when, likely, it gets answered. At the very least, we're going to be drawing a card and keep the gas up. Especially with something like Shaper Sanctuary, drawing cards. May not want to bring in something like Rotting Regisaur, because at least with this list, we'll want to be keeping stuff in hand, I think. Yeah, no Rotting or Hazoret tonight, unfortunately, but the green one, Ronus the Indomitable, I think that's the name. Ronus something. There's two copies of each god, I'm pretty sure. And then rounding out the sideboard, Deathgorge Scavenger, as always, to deal with graveyard stuff. But I think that's about it. So let's jump into the matches. Fresh cup of coffee, so I'm good to go. Excited to make things happen, hopefully. At the very least, it's going to be a good time, as always. And I'm pretty fired up about that thumbnail. I mean, whew. Trying up my game with that aspect, and I think that turned out pretty sweet, especially that's Zakama, for anybody wondering, that dino there, just having her kind of biting the O, sort of, makes a pretty sweet perspective, I felt. Oh, playing first. What the heck? We got 12, count them, 12 2-drops, and we didn't see a single one. Huh. Well, I'm gonna try a mulligan. That's quite surprising, huh? But that's how it goes, variants. Well, I mean, at least we did get one. Now, I could potentially have kept that first hand, likely pretty high chance of getting a 2-drop, maybe on the second turn when we would be drawing our first card, but we'll keep this and hope for the best. It is a little awkward. Hopefully we get another land so that we can play Marauding Raptor here. Ooh, that's rough. That's alright though, at the very least we got Commune with Dinosaurs. Certainly grabbing Rockfall Vale, so I mean, not being John, oh man, we're covered nicely. I was speaking of Celestia Enchantress. Maybe I jinxed myself when I talked about it before we started here, but boy. Hopefully they don't do anything to Marauding Raptor, but at the very least, like I mentioned, we do have that one copy of Blast Zone. So we have an out if they do get oh boy, that's not good. Oh, perhaps it is Naya Ruins, Runeforge Champion. You guys may have seen this list floating around, these Aura Ruins getting pretty great value from it. Drawing a card when it enters the battlefield, but also you're drawing a card whenever you cast an Aura spell. So they're drawing 2 when they cast Rune of Sustenance or any other rune. It gets pretty nasty. A lot of value there for sure. Neon Arcade, anything like that? I haven't done that quite yet. I don't know, I might do it, but speaking of coins, I probably want to save up all my possible coins that I can for the upcoming Streets of New Capenna. I think that's how you say it. The Streets of New Capenna set with their triomes, the Janduan, black, red, and green, and then the Naya one, white, red, and green. That's going to be fantastic. Even though I am on Gruul tonight, it will be nice having a far more consistent mana base. Baffling End, that is to be expected. It is pretty rough. Baffling End for 1 white. Ouch. Well, we might not be doing it here. Another Core Spirit Dancer. Huh. But we'll get Rampaging Ferocidon down. At the very least, they won't be gaining life, so that could certainly help. Hopefully, don't do anything to Rampaging Ferocidon there, but yes, like I thought. So it might not be Naya Ruins, just Celestia Ruins, which is doing some pretty nasty stuff right here. Again, like last night against the Orzhov Auras, it's making me miss Culling Ritual. That's okay, you know, Blast Zone might do the trick, taking out Core Spirit Dancer, Jukai Naturalist. A lot of stuff seems to be costing 2, so as long as we can get a second charge counter on Blast Zone so that it has 2 and we take out a wide range of stuff. Pack's always nice, yes, definitely. I think this new set is going to be very solid. Speaking of card reviews, I actually was thinking of doing that at some point. Okie dokie. Well, you know, that is it's probably going to do it. I'll wait and see what we draw next turn, but definitely I have always been considering set reviews, specific cards that might be useful potentially in dinosaur decks, whether I am looking to use them or not, just different ways you might use them. So maybe for this upcoming Streets of New Capenna set, yeah, I might consider it. I think that's probably going to do it. Man, that's nasty stuff. Maybe if it didn't have trample, I would have blocked with the token. Can we make something happen? Nah, I don't think we're going to make it happen. Next turn, I mean, they got so many cards in hand there. It's rough, certainly. Blast Zone, that's going to do the trick. Potentially Anger of the Gods as well, now that I think about it. Take out everything probably that doesn't have an aura on it, which might be nice. Yeah, so we'll try that. But yeah, I've always wanted to do reviews of some kind. Trim the top a little bit with Carnage Tyrant there. We probably can also cut Rampaging Ferocidon. They might get a bunch of creatures, but if we can keep them down with Blast Zone, hopefully, that's going to do the trick. They do have a fair bit of stuff that does target that enchantment they just cast. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank there. Some enchantments from the Neon set, Dinos. Yeah, they do have some good ones, certainly. +1/+1. I do like the buffing potential, either enchantment-wise or a +1/+1 counter. Something like Snakeskin Veil, give our creature hexproof, so we stop a targeted removal, but also that power is left over so we can use it on future turns because it is a counter. But yeah, I think there still is some cards from Neon Dynasty that might be worth another look for sure. I think I'll cut one Sheltered Thicket, just because we got some extra lands. This one with Blast Zone, the land count is up a little bit higher. Got a hair in my mouth. Oh, all right. Cross the fingers. Marauding survives. Maybe, you know, as always, we get the second Marauding Raptor. So turn 3, we go the second Marauding for 1, Ripjaw for 2, draw 2 cards. That's always lovely stuff. Oh, baffling end. So maybe, you know, I should have brought in Shaper's Sanctuary. Well, but, you know, good stuff. We do have Otepec Huntmaster, so, I mean, at the very least, next turn we will be able to go Ripjaw Raptor, but baffling end. That is rough. At the very least, it seems like they may not have 9 lives in this deck, so that's a positive. Maybe I should just start out with Shaper's Sanctuary. I mean, a deck like this, Is It Phoenix, burn spells, things that are black, targeted, destroy a creature. Yeah, I think perhaps Shaper's Sanctuary would be a good thing to start out with. We can still make some stuff happen. Of course, Regisaur Alpha, Hasty, both of these guys. Hopefully that does the trick and they don't get too much life gain going on. If we can get Blast Zone and destroy that Baffling End there, it will be nice getting another dinosaur token. Oh boy. How did they play that? Oh. Oh my gosh, that is... Okay, I'm gonna have to bring some tech in for that. So, as you can see, Runeforged Champion, you may pay 1 rather than pay the mana cost for rune spells. Jukai Naturalist, enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less. It makes all the runes cost nothing. That is... Man, my guys, this is not good. Huh. Well, we have a new disgusting, nasty deck that I think I'll just leave back. Yes, a Naya Ruin deck. This is rough, to say the least. I mean, it is nice seeing something like Runeforged Champion start to be used a little bit. Hasn't been used a whole lot in the past, but with the stuff, like you were saying, from Neon Dynasty, enchantment support, man. Yes, maybe I just have to go back to Jund for Culling Ritual, because that would just be fantastic. But Blast Zone, we may have 1 turn to get Blast Zone, or that could be it. Huh. Well, we have a new Boogeyman, that's for sure. Well, we can't kill it, so we'll have Ripjaw block potentially help us get that Blast Zone. That might be it, though. Those are not Blast Zones. Hey, that's alright. We fought a very tough, very rough deck. Did a lot of powerful, nasty things. I guess we just weren't doing something nasty enough, unfortunately. It's always nasty when casting free things, drawing something. Yeah. White-green Dino deck with enchantments, possibly. Life gain as well. There is Verdant Sun's Avatar. Costs 5 and 2 green whenever you cast a creature, or whenever a creature comes into play under your control, you get, or you gain life equal to its toughness. So that would go along with the life gain part of things. Hey, you know, that's all right. Even if it turns out to not be good, I always am open to exploring different ideas. There might be something that, you know, just, oh, that's not good either. Something that does the trick. I think it's always worth exploring a wide range of things. I think I can make that work. Rockfall Vale, turn 1. Turn 2, Stomping Ground and Huntmaster. Oh, that's pretty good. I like the looks of that. Yeah, maybe something with life gain, or adding weight so we can survive better against various things. Yeah, I think we gotta play it safe, get another land. Hopefully get that hasty Shifting Ceratops next turn. But yeah, something to increase durability. I was even thinking of going Naya Dinosaurs tonight, featuring Temple Altasaur, making all our dinosaurs a little tougher, so we only take 1 damage from everything. Yeah, I think I'll attack with everything. I'll see if they want to trade with Voltaic Brawler there. Okay. Oh, the first bot of the night. Decima. Yes, red-white dinos. I've actually tried Boros dinos a little bit in the past. A couple episodes, probably a few months ago now, but yeah, I could maybe go back to Boros dinos. They do some pretty fantastic stuff. Of course, you do get things like Marauding Raptor here and Otepec Huntmaster to keep things moving along quite nicely. But then you do have a Kinjali's Collar, 1 white for a human shaman, I believe. It's a 0/3, but dinosaur spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. So you're stacking a whole lot of cost reduction with something like Marauding Raptor, Otepec Huntmaster, and Kinjali's Collar there. You can really cast a lot of stuff pretty cheap. Well, hopefully they don't have Embercleave, but I think they're going to have Embercleave. We're going to have to watch out for that, slapping it on somebody to give it double strike. Hopefully we draw a nice, well, you know, that's a pretty decent body. Of course, it would be nice seeing the Queen, Ghalta, at some point. I'm going to actually swing with the Carnage Tyrant, see if Bone Crusher and... Okay, so Bone Crusher and Spellbreaker do double block. I feel pretty good taking out both of those guys. Less bodies for Embercleave, so it costs X less for depending how many creatures are attacking, but this and Crop Crasher, that could not be... Well, it could be a headache. Will be a headache. Well, we'll keep things back, and speaking of Lair of the Hydra, I did forget to put it in the list for tonight, so... I think we're just dead here. Yeah, one for 2, but they have a lot of cheap creatures, as you can see. They dumped a whole lot of stuff, and that is it. All right, slightly more than lethal. Huh. Maybe Shaper's Sanctuary, but I think pretty much all the targeted stuff is Bone Crusher. Of course, we did see 2 Bone Crushers there, but Anger of the Gods, yes, that's going to take out a wide range of their stuff. I think I feel pretty comfortable cutting Otepec Huntmaster. Unfortunately, that makes things a fair bit slower, but as you saw there, this guy does not live very long, that's for sure. So against a deck like this, feels pretty good cutting him, making some space. Blast Zone, potentially. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut Rampaging, bring in some Blast Zone. Maybe we'll keep 1 Rampaging. All right. Hopefully we can get a nice early Ripjaw Raptor. Draw some cards, maybe deter some aggression. They won't want to attack into it, but I like the looks of this, certainly. We got our 2 sources of red right here for Anger of the Gods, so maybe they feel safe. They want to dump their hand a little bit more, and Anger of the Gods could potentially be pretty debilitating. Oh, I did see 1 mulligan, so that is looking up for us at the moment. Certainly Stomping Ground. Might as well. We don't have something to play for turn 2 at the moment. Alright. If we draw another Anger of the Gods, I might play the first one a little early. Yes, Pelt Collector before that gets out of control. Yep, stomping him late game with the Queen Ghalta. That certainly could work out, and pretty exciting stuff. Seeing one of the blast zones here, but I will wait at least one more turn because I would expect them to play some more creatures coming up here. Bone Crusher, especially. That could be coming down. Yes. Okay. So it's a good thing I waited. Yeah, let's just take note. Certainly could be very nasty next turn. If we didn't go with Anger of the Gods there, we would be taking a lot of damage. Blast Zone it is. Good stuff. We'll slap 2 charge counters on Blast Zone. Just to get it to 3, maybe just 1 charge counter. Because I do think they have a lot of stuff that costs 2. Oh, a double stomp from Bone Crusher. Yeah, it seems to be working out, but like always, Gruul can recover quite nicely. So seeing the 1 Bone Crusher, yeah, looks like I'll definitely want to be putting 2 charge counters on here. Oh, good stuff, but gotta get Carnage Tyrant down. And then next turn, potentially, I mean, you were saying the Queen Ghalta, she could be coming down. Seems like we won't have to pop the Blast Zone next turn. Hopefully that's not the case. Yeah, let's just go Shifting Ceratops and the Queen. That's good stuff. Bam. Okay. That was good. You said take out the creatures early and then stomp them late game, a little bit later. Did the trick. All right. Good stuff. Good luck. I think that certainly helped, but nasty stuff. Gruul is on the play here, and they can certainly dump some disgusting damage pretty quick. Oh, but yes, that was pretty good. I do like the looks of this. Of course, Anger of the Gods. Turn 1, we'll go with Commune. Probably grab something nice. Felt the Tremor. Don't want to get stomped. Yes, definitely. Oh, like I was saying, Marauding Raptor, very nice. But now I'm also considering Shifting Ceratops because Marauding Raptor does die. We'll try for Marauding Raptor. Perhaps it could deter some aggression. Potentially, there's something big that Marauding we might want it to block with. Yes, definitely. I mean, if any of you guys haven't tried Anger of the Gods yet, it can certainly do the trick, especially something that's damage-based with Ripjaw Raptor where... Oh, you said adding Anger of the Gods was a good choice. Alright, we got options now. I definitely don't want to play Rampaging Ferocidon, seeing all that stuff. Yeah, so I'll just have Stomping Ground tapped, Thunderherd for some, again, nice, stable ramp. And, speaking of Anger of the Gods, that thing for 2 would have been a Drover of the Mighty, which, down the line, being a creature, would die to Anger of the Gods, so... Okay. This is looking alright. We'll probably block Bone Crusher here. Yeah, might as well. Yeah. Save ourselves taking 4 damage if, I mean, Marauding Raptor was going to die anyways. Okay, play some more creatures. Good stuff. Well, it can be Stomping Ground this turn because we got Anger of the Gods. So, might as well take less damage. Next turn, Carnage Tyrant. Pretty exciting. Hard to interact with that guy, but We will have to watch out for that Den of the Bugbear. I certainly expect they won't attack with Den of the Bugbear while something nasty like Carnage Tyrant is out. Ooh, next turn. Anger of the Gods, maybe. Let's see. Yep, Regisaur Alpha keep playing the good guys. Ooh, that's nasty. But they could be building up for an Embercleave here, so we gotta watch out. I felt pretty safe being at 12, but yes, I think Embercleave is coming up. They could go Embercleave, slap it on Voltaic Brawler, we would take 10. Plus the 1 from the token. It would leave us at 1. I think that's too risky, especially with the potential of Bone Crusher Giant and Stomp for 2, which they would still have enough mana for. So I think we got to play it safe. Block the Voltaic Brawler. Yes, as I expected. Well, that is still lethal. Okay. Huh. Well, let's see what Commune gets us. A Ghalta. I'll play Ghalta for 2 and still have the potential of Anger of the Gods. But we'll attack with those guys and get her done. Oh, fantastic stuff. Okay. I was worried not having Culling Ritual, being able to take out a wide range of things, but Anger of the Gods 100% did the trick against a traditional Gruul aggro. I think more Gruul aggro. There's some mid-range lists that do feature something like Questing Beast, stuff that costs a little bit more, but Anger of the Gods was a fantastic choice, I would say. So hopefully we can keep that up. Oh, they could have, yeah. I mean, what else would it be other than Embercleave? Not that maybe there's a whole lot they could have done in that situation. Perhaps playing out a little bit more. Because Double Strike, so it dealt its damage first. So it was a 5/4, so it's going to deal damage first to Regisaur Alpha. Regisaur Alpha doesn't get the chance to deal damage, unfortunately, but because it was a 5/4, it would have dealt a total of 10 damage, because it's dealing it twice. So I had to block with Regisaur Alpha to save myself taking 4 damage, because of Regisaur Alpha's, speaking of, Regisaur Alpha's 4 toughness. If I had taken everything, I would have been left with 1 life. And I felt that was way too risky, especially with the possibility of something like Stomp, which they did have enough mana for. They had 2 left. But yes, played it safe. Worked out. Fantastic stuff with Trample, Carnage Tyrant, and that token. But this is definitely a hand I'm happy to keep. Should work out quite nicely. We'll go with the Forest turn 1. I mean, seeing the Forest with the dinosaur art plus my card sleeves, they probably guess what it's all about. I think it's still got to be Marauding. Yes, unfortunately. Pretty good chance. I mean, it's dying to a Fatal Push, something like that. Yarok's Fenlarker. Well, we can't play Huntmaster, so seems alright to get rid of that. But I am a little bit worried. It looks like Mono Black Devotion, something like that. So we may have to worry about a Phyrexian Obliterator. Anybody that doesn't know, it costs 4 black. Yeah, no, I don't want to attack into that. Costs 4 black for a 5/5 trample. Whenever it's dealt damage, you sacrifice that many permanents. Yes, it is very nasty. So if I dealt 5 damage to the Phyrexian Obliterator, I'd have to sacrifice 5 things. And I mean, currently I only have 5 things, so I would be left with literally nothing. I'd have to sacrifice Marauding Raptor, Ripjaw, plus the 3 lands. It is not a fun time, that's for sure. Hey, you know, I'll keep exiling the Otepec Huntmasters since I can't use them, so that's pretty nice. Something that is a clear thing to discard or exile. Well, we can get Ghalta, actually. Okay. The Queen is coming down again, I think. Doesn't seem like there's a whole lot they can do with 1 black. Of course, they could have taken out Marauding Raptor, which certainly would have slowed things down drastically. Yeah, I'm just going to attack into things. I am worried about Grey Merchant of Asphodel, something like that. Whenever he comes into play, you gain life equal to your devotion to black, and target opponent loses life equal to your devotion to black. So currently they had 2/6 with Grey Merchant. Oh, hey, there we go. The Queen, you said it, and she did the trick. But mono black, something like Anger of the Gods. Again, that seems like it's going to be pretty sweet. Probably not a whole lot of creatures that are above 3 toughness. I think this is going to do the trick. There is some stuff that gains life, but not a whole lot, I feel. Excuse me. Blast Zone might be nice. Taking out a Phyrexian Obliterator, if they do get that online, it is kind of hard getting 5 charge counters on it, or 4 charge counters, I should say. Maybe I should bring in some Blast Zones. You know what, I'm going to cut 3 Huntmasters to make room for the Blast Zones. Yeah. Just because, again, pretty good chance something like Otepec Huntmaster or Marauding Raptor there, they're going to 2 Blast Zones. I'm going all out. All 4 Blast Zones. Crazy stuff. So seems like we'll have to take out a lot of things that cost 2. The Yarok's Fenlurker, and oh, speaking of Anger of the Gods. Yes, definitely seems to be about as good as you can get. Bringing them all in, certainly, but I think Ghalta, leaning into Ghalta, making sure you can cast her cheaply, having 3 copies of her, sometimes even 4, like I have used in the past, but I don't really want to keep that hand. I'm going to keep it. It's very risky, hoping I get a source of green, but it's hard to deal with Ghalta. There really isn't many other decks that are casting a 12/12 trample for 2 green. It's pretty fantastic stuff. Here goes nothing. Stomping Ground, Forest would be nice. Ooh. But hey, at the very least, you know, we still get to play Marauding Raptor, so that's pretty positive. That like I expected, stuff that kills cheap things. For anybody that doesn't know or has forgotten, let's click on that. Legion's End. So they exile a creature with mana value 2 or less. We got 2 creatures like that. But we also have to reveal our hand, so they do gain that extra information there, and they exile it from our hand and the graveyard. So really, no creatures are safe. That's kind of rough sometimes. It's rough right now, not getting that source of green. Looks like maybe should have mulliganed that hand. But you never know, we could bring it back. They could be sitting on a whole lot of targeted removal, which is doing nothing for him at the moment because there's nothing to kill. Oh, whew, certainly. Rockfall Vale, fantastic stuff. Yeah, I'm fine. Revealing Carnage Tyrant. Can't kill it, so if we can land that guy, good stuff. And I mean, I think about it, they see everything anyways. The whole hand's revealed. But yes, next turn, slap at least probably one charge counter on Blast Zone here. Be able to take out... Ooh, speaking of the nasty Phyrexian Obliterator. We're on a pretty big clock. Another Blast Zone. That is interesting. Commune with Dinosaurs? No. It's got to be this Blast Zone. We won't put it on quite yet. Can we save ourselves is the question. We might not. Might be too slow by the time we get 4 charge counters on one of these Blast Zones. Obliterator, sideboard card. Okay, yes, now that you mention it, that probably makes sense. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll put 2 charge counters on Blast Zone there, but... oh, boy. Yeah, that's going to do it. Okie dokie. Well, little awkward. A little bit of a stumble with that hand, but we'll make it work. Certainly the Blast Zone confirming that they have Obliterator. Yeah, we're going to want to get rid of that. Ooh, I like that. Oh. This could be good. Certainly it is a much better hand than the previous game. If all goes well, I mean, at the very least, I think one of these Marauding Raptors is going to survive through removal of the other one. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself saying that, but it looks pretty positive getting Ghalta. Maybe for tomorrow night I go and lean even harder into a fast Ghalta, bring in 4 copies of her, ways to give double strike, things like that that aren't Embercleave. So if we see multiple copies of the thing that gives double strike, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, maybe tomorrow night, Super Ghalta, Turbo Ghalta, Super Speed Queen. Speed Queen, I kind of like that. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Cross your fingers. Live. Didn't live. Sap Vitality, that is... Ooh, that's nasty. 3 damage to a creature or planeswalker, instant speed, and something in their hand just got a whole lot more powerful with +3/+0. That's good stuff. But we got Commune with Dinosaurs this turn. Next turn, depending what we draw, could be pretty fantastic. Hopefully Regisaur Alpha, but at the very least, as always, we got Shifting Ceratops. They really don't like our stuff this game. So yeah, maybe since they saw we were a heavy creature-based deck in Game 1, they really brought in lots of targeted removal with Sap Vitality, Murderous Rider, that sort of thing. So again, perhaps Shaper's Sanctuary would have been the right thing to do here.
I am vengeance, bloody and righteous.
Okay, well, you know, as long as we draw another land next turn, go Regisaur Alpha. Oh, hey, phew, that's good. Very good stuff. But I feel like taking out Sorin. Are we worried about Sorin? I don't think we're too worried about him. Maximum damage. I don't think he's too scary. He's a little ways away from his ultimate at -7, but I feel like the opponent probably wants to maybe make creatures. Hopefully we got him low enough there.
You wish to know my secrets? Very well.
As long as just shifting dies, or shifting with a token, I think we could make it happen. Ooh, we did. Oh, good stuff. Ghalta, the queen, the savior. Okay, well, you said Ghalta is pretty much the best thing we can be doing. As long as we have trample, yes. Okay. I think that was good. Saying Ghalta is as good as it can get, and certainly is the case. As long as things aren't interrupted, enough stuff early on that can help get through the likely removal that we've seen tonight for sure, but Ghalta always winning games, 100%. Now I think some people, maybe they haven't played dinos quite as much. They see something like Ghalta, they figure she's win more, which there is a fair argument, I think, that Ghalta is win more, because if you have that much power to cast her for super cheap, there's a good chance you've already won, but I don't think that's the case. Ghalta is just win more often, I would say, because she's going to finish games, decide games. She's going to be the deciding thing. Even if you had enough power to cast her for cheap, you still might not have had quite enough to get it done. In a 12/12 trample for 2 green, that is certainly going to get it done in a lot of cases. And a little bit risky there. This starting hand, of course, we do have the 2 lands, Secluded Courtyard, going to help cast Marauding Raptor, and Naming Dinosaur will technically... Okay. Good stuff. I was going to say Naming Dinosaur will help us with the 2 sources of green for Ripjaw Raptor and Shifting Ceratops. That's looking pretty good. Oh boy. Instant conceded. It was lovely stuff, that's for sure. But what is going on here? Tell me if you got any ideas. We got 5-color enchantments, Sultai enchantments, green, black, and blue. Not too sure, but we'll go Ripjaw Raptor just because we can't give Shifting Ceratops haste. We don't have that extra mana, unfortunately. So might as well go the thing that draws us a card. We still get a swing with Marauding Raptor buffed as a 4/3, either if we played Ripjaw or Shifting. But definitely if I had 4 mana there, I would have gone Shifting Ceratops, because of course we could have given it haste and attack for even more power. But this might get not pretty. Ooh, it's shrines. 5-color shrines. So Blast Zone might be kind of nice here. Go Shintai, an 04. Well, you know what an 04 has a hard time dealing with. Hopefully they don't have any answers for Ghalta here, but an 04 is going to have a hard time against a 12/12 for 2. It might be a concede, we'll see. They might have an answer for it right now as we speak. Seems like they might have a sweeper, a board wipe. Hopefully that's not the case. But they might be using Sanctum of Tranquil Light to tap down Ghalta potentially. I don't think they have it quite yet. Oh, I spoke too soon. That's how it goes. but we'll go Commune. Would be nice getting another Ghalta, but I am going to play it safe with the Stomping Ground here. Go with Otepec Huntmaster next turn. Hasty, Regisaur Alpha. But if Huntmaster does get answered, we still get to go Regisaur Alpha because we got the all-important 5 lands. And we just hope to not see 9 lives. It's really going to slow things down, and then Solemnity. But I think those 2 things are coming up here. Ooh, that's good stuff. I'm glad we're getting some aggression on before this Go Shintai of Boundless Vigor gets too big. Hopefully that does the trick. Shroud, trample at the beginning of their end step. Pay 1, put a 1/1 counter on target shrine for each shrine you control. So that's actually going to DJ Cook. How's it going? Doing all right against what seems to be 5-color shrines, but things are going to get pretty big here. Might not have been able to get it done, unfortunately. Might have a turn or 2 at the most. Ooh, well, could be good. Keep up the grind, definitely, 100%. Always dinos all the time. The meta may change, but dinos remain. Ooh, the first strike. That's going to be nasty, actually, now that I think about it. I did not see that first strike, but I still want to keep up the most aggression possible. 1. Hopefully we don't see another Day of Judgment. Oh, phew. I was getting worried there, but let's see if they potentially bring in some stuff that deals with creatures, things in the sideboard. So I think, we bring in Shaper's Sanctuary. Feel they'll probably be targeting things a little bit more now that they see what we're all about. Definitely would like to try out Shaper's Sanctuary at least a couple times tonight, so that feels pretty good. Probably could drop Shifting Ceratops. I think Rampaging Ferocidon. Yeah. I do want some Blast Zones, though. Right. Oh, Anger of the Gods. Well, I was thinking of Anger of the Gods, but if we can get things going, they may not have too many creatures. Maybe I did just make a mistake there, but we'll see. We'll see if we can get things going. A lot of the shrines aren't creatures themselves, but like you say, in Neon Dynasty, shrines also got a lot of support. But Stomping Ground, certainly, turn 1. Let's get that Shaper's Sanctuary online. Fantastic, turn 1 play. Oh yeah, now that I think about it, maybe seeing Thysis. Sithis? I think that's how you pronounce it. Seeing Sithis there, Anger might have been good. Certainly gives him a lot of card draw, and the life gain is not nothing. So as long as, Huntmaster survives, but at the very least we may be drawing a card when, okay, Shaper's Sanctuary coming in. Oh, okay. Well, they were threatened enough by the Shaper's Sanctuary. Well, we'll go Commune to start. Shifting Ceratops, definitely. I'm going to go both Marauding Raptors, actually. Of course, it is a little bit risky here. Shifting Ceratops will die, but I do expect one of the Marauding Raptors to get answered by somebody. If we had only played one, playing it extra safe, if that was answered, it would be kind of rough, disappointing if and when they do answer one Marauding, but that was not the case. So, good old Blast Zone. We'll go with... maybe we'll just go with Shifting Ceratops. Nah. At the very least, we do get to put another charge counter on Blast Zone here, so potentially taking out Banishing Light, but I think we'll probably pop it maybe at 2. That would be pretty bad because we would lose Anger, or not Anger, Marauding Raptors and the Huntmaster here, but hitting stuff at 2 might be the right thing. Well, now maybe stuff at 3, seeing this shrine, Sanctum of Shattered Heights. That's not too bad. They only have one shrine at the moment, so it's not going to do a whole lot for them. Alrighty. Oof. I'm actually quite proud of myself. I didn't forget to put a charge counter on Blast Zone here. Oh, yes, please. Did we get it? Oh, I think we got it. The fantastic, classic, best value super line of all time. 2 green, draw 2 cards, buff 2 creatures, +2/+0, still left with a creature. And a Carnage Tyrant for 3. That's okay. I might just concede from this, potentially. Yeah, I'll just Carnage Tyrant, haste. They only have 2, so it certainly feels pretty safe. Ripjaw, the king of card draw, definitely. Oh, hey, well, if you want to kill it and have us draw another card, I won't complain. It is nice. Sithis has to block or they die. Now, hopefully, I didn't jinx myself and we see a Wrath of God or a Day of Judgment here. That was... But we got the hasty Shifting Ceratops coming up. As always, the classic, fantastic, get her done. Good game. Hopefully. They don't have something that deals with it. Oh. Man, that was pretty sweet. Certainly, something like that can get pretty nasty. They get those shrines online, really start chugging through things, slapping those enchantments that deal with our permanents, but having a pretty awful permanent like Shaper's Sanctuary, a lot of their shrines, the abilities of the shrine targets our creatures, plus the enchantments themselves, we would have potentially been drawing a lot of cards, and man, okay, so seems like Shaper's Sanctuary did the trick, playing that turn 1. They had to answer it, which left up Otepec Huntmaster, so I'd don't usually have instant removal. Yeah, that's true. They do seem to have some answers, though. Baffling End, that sort of thing. Like we saw with that Naya Ruins deck, they had a lot of Baffling Ends they were casting there. Let's see, what time's... Oh, it's only... Oh, okay. One more match, at the very least. End on a high note. Yeah, certainly, I mean, it is a little bit slower compared to having something like Rotting Regisaur, a 7/6, but things seem to be doing all right here. certainly Ripjaw Raptor, but I'm quite happy we've seen Ghalta a few times tonight. I mean, that's pretty much, like you mentioned, the best thing that can be done. Ooh. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that. Definitely. Yeah, I think we just send Huntmaster? Maybe not. We could go Forest turn 1. Hopefully we draw a source of red for Huntmaster on turn 2, but if we don't, yeah. I'm going to send Huntmaster packing. Ghalta. Use me. Yeah, I feel like they could probably kill something, answer something, especially with those colors there. Lock in a second source of green. Secluded Courtyard probably is going to be needed to be used for red at the moment, so 2 sources of green for Shifting Ceratops or Ghalta, of course. Yikes, 5 color, Niv Mizzet, potentially. It's not too bad, and it's too bad we don't have another source of red. We could have gone Rampaging Ferocidon here, and then potentially next turn Ghalta. That would have been good. But maybe hasty Shifting Ceratops next turn. Double Wither Bloom command. Interesting. Oh, okay. Good stuff. Yes, Shifting Ceratops leads to Ghalta. I like it. Man, the Queen is showing up tonight. After last night and the night before that, it was a little rough, but I would expect a Vanishing Verse to take out Ghalta. It's to be expected. Oh, Ripjaw Raptor, definitely. Drawing a card, always good. Yeah, Rampaging make Marauding Raptor even more of a threat, and we still have the potential of getting Trample on Shifting Ceratops there, but I am happy trading with the Territorial Kavu there. I do see 2 sources of white though, so, oh, no, not 2 sources of white, but still, or they probably got some more removal coming up. They're going to kill something. Oh, just a cycling. Well, certainly looks like that's looking all right. Yes, yes, hopefully. I think all the big dinosaurs are queens. Something like that. I know Ghalta is female. I think most of them might be. I'm not sure. I'd have to dig deeper into the lore, but Lightning Helix, you know, at the very least with Rampaging Ferocidon there, they don't gain that 3 life. So, oh, that is... I was hoping for it. Shifting Ceratops comes in strong. Man, we're on fire tonight. Good stuff, but they target things. So, Shaper's Sanctuary. I think that's got to come in. I was thinking Anger of the Gods like you've mentioned before, but Territorial Kavu, I don't know if you've probably faced it or maybe used it yourselves a little bit. That can get above 3 sometimes by turn 2, depending what lands they play, but certainly it gets above 3 very fast, very fast. Ooh, nice is right. A lot of targeted stuff. There should be plenty for Deathgorge to eat. Do gotta cut something. Maybe Huntmaster. You know what? Let's cut Rampaging Ferocidon. Tonight belongs to the Dinos. True Blue, you said it. Would be nice. Taking down 5-color Niv Mizzet. Always rough. Oh, that... I couldn't ask for a better starting hand. Being on the draw, that'll be pretty good. Hopefully they don't get... Tonight we hunt. Yes. Ooh, that... it's not good, but, you know, having a lot of 2-drops, there's a good chance we have a couple in our opening hand like we got here. It is nice being able to oftentimes or more often play something on turn 2 when things get discarded by something like Inquisition of Kozilek. But certainly, turn 1, Commune. Regisaur Alpha. We got plenty of lands. Hopefully we can get to the commander, I guess. Could call Regisaur Alpha the commander. But they see what we're all about and might as well play it safe. We'll reveal a card that's already been revealed, so technically it is 0 drawback. Alright. Yet to craft your first historic deck. Oh, people say there's, maybe in the past I've heard and seen people say there isn't a whole lot of variety in historic, only certain decks do good, that sort of thing, but if dinos can do good, lots of things can do good. Oh, Ghalta, yes, please. Alright. Yes, they're such a wide range. Merfolk, cats, Celestia cat tribal, maybe Naya cats, something like that. Oh man, this is good, this is good. We'll see what Commune gets us. It could be Marauding, but I do like another Regisaur Alpha now that I think about it. Oh, they gotta do something quick. At the very least, even if they sweep us next turn, we go the second Regisaur Alpha there. Okay, good stuff. Using up 2, that doesn't really do anything to us, but Merfolk, Simic Merfolk, fantastic with Collected Company since basically all the Merfolks cost. Well, Ghalta, definitely. Tribal for, oh man, taking down 5C Niv Mizzet with disgusting damage. Alright, tonight is our night, but Tribal for Magic the Gathering decks means just focused on a certain type of creature or a certain ability. You could say Flash Tribal. So creatures you cast with Flash cost 1 less to cast, something like that. I'll open up the pack in a second for myself and for you guys, but I'll just show you in the collection cat related stuff actually. One of my favorite examples. Rin and Seri. So, I mean, who doesn't like dogs and cats? Fantastic. So here, whenever you cast a dog spell, you make a cat. And whenever you cast a cat spell, you make a dog. So, naturally, if you're playing a dog-cat tribal, you just want a lot of dog spells, a lot of cat spells. It may not be the best kind of deck just because you're splitting between 2 different ones, but certainly, I mean, it can be pretty fun. And then Rin and Seri, inseparable, deals damage to any target equal to the number of dogs you control, and you gain life equal to the number of cats. I think that's pretty sweet there. I haven't really seen anyone make a serious historic dog cat tribal deck, but I just think this card is pretty cool, certainly. Fills the niche and the wish for people to play dogs, cats. Cats already had a fair bit of support and things that make a cat tribal deck pretty powerful. Dogs, not so much, but yeah, I think this is definitely my favorite example of a tribal card, certainly. Yeah, okay, let's open up that pack. Hopefully, you know, it's a nice well, we do get a rare wild card here, but like you say, there's some nice stuff in Neon Dynasty. That's not something I might ever use. Maybe if I played Tamer Dinosaurs, return up to 1 target creature or planeswalker, so kind of nice, bouncing something. Return an artifact card from our graveyard. Okay, we don't really play artifacts, so I don't like that. Oh, that's kind of nice, actually. Living Breakthrough. Whenever we cast a spell, our opponents can't cast spells with the same mana value until our next turn. That could actually lock them out. Pretty nice, now that I think about it. But yeah, that's this is not a card probably to use in a Dino deck. But that's all right. I had a good time tonight. Some fantastic wins. Nasty damage coming out in quite a few matches. Man, on fire tonight. I mean, certainly this goes to show you don't have to use the Rotting Regisaur. It is fantastic, nasty damage, but something like Boom Dino does the trick. Ghalta especially. Lets you draw? Yeah. Man, that was good tonight. All right, I hear somebody crying a little bit, so I may have to go. I might be talking a little bit too loud. Yes, definitely on a roll. I'm glad you guys were here to experience it live, but as always, you can catch it later on in all its glory tomorrow at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, like usual. But yes, there is always room for improvement. Tonight was fantastic. All right. See you guys next time. Probably tomorrow, I would think.